Your day started as planned. Motivated and full of ambition, you started the run of your life in the middle of the desert. The months of hard training should finally bear fruit. Suddenly, you were caught in a monstrous sandstorm, and now you find yourself alone in an inhospitable, hot environment. Deserted and merciless, an ocean of sand stretches to the horizon. You feel the scorching heat on your skin, sand blowing right at your face. Far and wide, only vast desert. But wait, what is that? Something is moving in the far distance. What happened? Your first thought, survival. Your second thought, rescue will surely come. The bitter realization, no one will come, you are completely on your own. The big question, where are you and why are there two moons in the night sky? Find shade, find water, find life. Use your energy wisely, avoid too much effort in the heat, keep warm in the coldest nights. You must keep your wits to survive. Okay, so that's just a short introduction. Starsand is the game today and is developed by Tunnel Vision Studios, a small team based in Rome. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it is a desert survival game. Dangers, mysteries and puzzles await you. Find out exactly what happened, where you are and what connects you to the history of an extinct civilization. Also, big thank you to Tunnel Vision Studios for the review copy, and with that, let's begin. As the player, you will hunt for food, make weapons, build a shelter, secure your shelter from enemies, find your way in the vast and lonely desert, orient yourself in sandstorms and mark your path. Thirst and heat become an invincible enemy during the day, cold endangers you during the night. You learn to live with adversity, see the beauty that the world holds, and learn from animals and nature. In this desert, you are both hunter and prey. Insect-like predators come out of their dark nests, always looking for food. Protect yourself with fire, blow up enemies with explosive coconut grenades. There is a lot to do in this game, like there should be with any good survival game. And I think it's the sense of not knowing where you're going and just venturing off into the desert and then realizing that you have no idea where you are. The map is something you have to fill in for yourself. You'll have your main base showing, but any ruins, oasis or points of interest that you come across, you'll have to add that to the map yourself and make your way around the dunes with this as your guide. I found myself in the beginning of this game trying to find my way back to my home base and just completely panicking as all I could see was desert around. I think the game really does help to build an emphasis on being alone in this alien world. There is a dynamic weather, day and night cycle, and again, you will need to plan your journeys as different dangers await you depending on the time of day. Okay, so let's talk about the graphics of the Switch version for Starsand. The game does seem to run at 30 frames per second, but the first thing that will become glaringly obvious when you first start playing the game is pop-in textures. It's pretty bad, and it's not something that would usually bother me, but when you're surrounded by nothing but sand and bushes start popping into view the closer you get to them, it just cheapens the experience slightly. The visuals themselves are very simple. It has a very rough around the edges feel to the whole game with some interesting bugs here and there. The controls are easy enough to get to grips with, and it's one of the first things I always like to do is to check whether you can customize your controls, and unfortunately there didn't seem to be an option to do this. This isn't always a deal breaker, but it is a shame in Starsand as the button layout wasn't exactly how I would have liked it. But this is a small personal gripe, and it's a button layout that you will get used to eventually. This again leads me on to the menu system, which is needlessly awkward to navigate. At first I was pulling up menus that I didn't need. The game doesn't really explain how to select items to add to your inventory properly, and it does a similar job of not really explaining the crafting mechanic very well. After a while of stumbling through the menus, I got the hang of things, but I feel that this could have been easily solved by taking players step by step through what was needed in the first place. One of the main positives I did find with Starsand is once you are past the basics of the menu and you've learned how to craft, the game does ease you into the whole survival aspect of things, teaching you how to get certain items and where to find them for the most part. A game like this can be overwhelming when you're constantly having to look after your character's stats such as energy, etc. So it's welcome that at least this part eases you in at the start. As you progress through the game, you'll find camels which you can use to get around much easier and can also hold items for you. There are enemies to fight. I won't spoil the types of enemies you come across, but the game at least feels varied in what you can hunt for food and what you have to fight to protect yourself from. Starsand isn't a bad game, however I would be doing a disservice to everyone if I didn't point out that there are better survival games on the Switch, most notably Ark Survival Evolved, which recently received a hefty update that took it from a pretty unplayable game to a worthy purchase for the Switch. Starsand is okay, it gets better the further you play, but it's those opening hours that you may struggle with, and that's not really what you want from your gaming experience. You want it to be something you enjoy from start to finish. I'm not sure that Starsand really has that pull to it. Starsand is available now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $17.99 in the UK, $19.99 in the US. If it seems like it's the kind of game that you would enjoy, then I would say wait for a sale before buying it, or maybe pick it up on Steam as it runs better there. But if the Switch is your only option then, and you're really looking for a survival game to play, then buy Ark Survival Evolved. Okay, well, thank you for watching this review. Have you played Starsand? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share, and I'll catch you next time.